Hey guys. Nick is here. Since yesterday is my channel's 4th anniversary. This video is my channel's 4th anniversary special video. In this video, I will be ranking all of the episodes in Angry Birds Classic. This video will only focus on the main episodes in the original Angry Birds, not Chinese episodes, unused episodes or miscellaneous episodes. Without talking too much, let's start the ranking. Let's start with Poached Eggs. Although this is the first episode ever released, but I find this episode mid. This episode introduces all 5 birds: Red, Chuck, Bomb, Matilda and the Blues. The first part seems to be okay. All the levels are easy. The second part ramps up the difficulty. Bomb seems to be useful in this part. Matilda is pretty hard to use for me. Overall, the second part is mid. The third part is not really good. I mean, the levels are hard here, like this one. I've been struggling for hours just to complete this level, and even the first level is hard. This one took me like a lot of minutes to clear this. Other levels doesn't even make sense. Like this level, it's pretty hard to push the boulder as it most of the times doesn't land on the Corporal Pig. Overall, the third part is not good. Since the third part isn't good, the whole Poached Eggs episode is mid for me. All of the 3 backgrounds are good. I like the second part background. The ambiances are also really good. Still, Poached Eggs episode is mid for me. I think I'll put it in B tier. Let's move on to Mighty Hoax. Yes, another mid episode, and also this episode is really challenging. I mean, I cannot even complete this episode without even luck. There's not that much anything to say. Both parts have challenging hard levels, which caused a lot of retries, but the background is also good. Both of them are really good. King Pig using his cardboard cutout was a creative idea. The ambiances are literally reused from Poached Eggs. That's kinda weird and lazy. Overall, I think this episode is mid. So, I'll also put this in B tier. Now, Danger Above, the first episode where Hal made its appearance. When I was small, I find Hal hard to use it, mostly because of his boomerang power. Now, I think I find it easy to use. This episode is really good. All the levels are easy, the backgrounds are really good. I really like how the third part takes place in the clouds. I thought it takes place in a snowy area. And those long tree-like vine things. Is this a beanstalk? I don't know. It really confuses me. And the ambience is also reused from Poached Eggs. Except part 2, which uses a new different ambience. Although this episode is good, it will not go in S tier. Instead, A tier. Let's move on to the big setup, the first episode where Terrence is introduced. I mean, this is not my favorite episode, but just like Danger Above, it's really a good episode. It's really funny that all the levels are just edited version of Poached Eggs, Mighty Hoax, and Danger Above levels. Even the backgrounds are same. The only difference is the addition of the construction cranes in the backgrounds. The background ambience is also very different. Instead of reused Poached Eggs ambience and the Danger Above Part 2 ambience, it uses a completely different construction ambience. Because the big setup is a construction type episode. Obviously Terrence is the main character because the rest of the birds are kidnapped. Only Hal was rescued in this level. Just like in this Danger Above level, the addition of Terrence made the levels very easy and fun to play. But still, I do not enjoy this episode that much. So, I'll probably put it in A tier. Let's move on to Ham High, a Wild West type episode. I don't know why, but I find this episode mid. This episode is not that really enjoyable. Some of the levels are easy, some of them are challenging, which I'm fine with those. The background is also really nice. But again, the ambience is just reused from Poached Eggs, in which this doesn't really fit. The Trilogy one does really fit as it uses a different Wild West type ambience. The levels are not that enjoyable. I don't have anything to say here, but I'll put this in B tier. Now, Mine and Dine. Yes, my most favorite episode of all time. The cave background is really good. I really like those blue crystals in the background. The ambience is not reused from other episodes. It uses a completely new cave-like ambience, which sounds really relaxing. The levels are really easy and challenging as well. But still, this episode literally made me replay the whole Mine and Dine episode again. Well, this is my second most favorite episode. The first one will be coming way later. Since this is my most favorite episode, this will be in S tier. Moving on to Birthday Party, my another most favorite episode. This episode is added to celebrate the anniversary of Angry Birds Classic. All of the backgrounds are extremely fantastic. A lot of sweet foods in the background. The ambience is really the best part in this episode. I can't stop listening to the ambience. The levels are also extremely fun. I think in some newer versions of Angry Birds Classic, Stella and Bubbles were added in Birthday Party. In the latest version, this is said to be the most biggest episode in the classic game. I don't care. I really love this episode. This is my third most favorite episode. Since this is my another most favorite episode, this will also be in S tier. It's time for Surf and Turf. This episode was firstly introduced in Angry Birds Friends, or Angry Birds Facebook. This is also a mid-episode. I mean, what's the use of putting the Facebook episode in the classic? It's kinda unnecessary for me. The levels are also just reused from the Facebook version of Surf and Turf. Because this is obviously the Surf and Turf. I mean, the backgrounds are good. The levels are sometimes easy, sometimes challenging and hard, like this one. I've been struggling for hours to complete this hard level. And this level. I've also been struggling for hours to complete this level. And also this level. This one took like a lot minutes to complete this level. The third part background have rains in the older version, but the rains got removed in the latest version. But it still uses the rain ambience. Come on, how could it have rain ambience if there is no rain? Only lightning is present, but not rain. Since this is another mid-episode, this will be in B tier. Now Bad Piggies. Yes and yes. My another most favorite episode, because it is based on my favorite game, Bad Piggies. Most of the levels have pigs riding on their vehicles, which is really awesome. Both the backgrounds are from original Bad Piggies. But still, both of them are really good. But, both of the ambience reuses, I think, Surf and Turf ambience. Still, I don't care. This is probably my fifth most favorite episode. I really like all of the levels. This episode also made me replay the whole episode. Since this is my another most favorite episode, this will also be in S tier. Red's Mighty Feathers. Yet again, this is my most favorite episode, and this is my first most favorite episode, not only because Red got his feathers power, but also the addition of Egg Defender. Previously, when Red's Mighty Feathers is introduced, it only has 15 levels. And then when another Red's Mighty Feathers update came out, more 15 levels were added, and the previous 15 levels is on the Egg Defender part. The part 1 has all of the birds, and Red got his own power from Mighty Eagle's feathers. Obviously, this is my favorite Red's ability. The Egg Defender also made me replay the whole episode. And you can't believe that I'm sort of addicted to the Egg Defender part. That literally enjoys me. Mostly because it doesn't have normal levels. You just have to guard the eggs by destroying the pigs on their vehicles instead of normal blocks. The Egg Defender music variants are really catchy. The ambience is another reused poached eggs ambience. Still, I don't care. Since this is my first most favorite episode, this should be in S tier. Now Short Fuse. My another most favorite episode, because Bomb got his own electric power, and now he is named Shockwave Bomb. This type of bomb doesn't explode, instead he produces shockwaves that electrify the pigs. Shockwave Bomb also really does a lot of damage than normal bomb. The background is really good. A lab area. The ambience is also not reused from other episodes. It uses a different lab ambience. I don't know why, but the Short Fuse ambience gives me an ASMR moment. Shockwave Bomb is also a power-up. which is really cool. The levels are also a piece of cake. It took like minutes to complete this episode. I also really like the potions that gives the pigs some special effects. The most funniest one is the orange potion that inflates the pigs and then deflates. This is basically my fourth favorite episode. Since this is my another favorite episode, this will be in S tier. Now Birthday E5. I know that Birthday E5 levels are now in Birthday Party episode, still, it's considered to be an episode. It is basically an episode which has levels that are based on submitted fan arts. This episode is kinda mid for me, and the background is just a blueprint with poached eggs ambience. Every level consists on their fan arts. Some of them looks so promising. I kinda like this level since this the Star Wars reference level. I have no other words to say, but this episode is still mid, so I'll put it in B tier. Now flock favorites. This is neither good, bad, or mid, it's just between bad and mid. I find this episode very boring. I thought it will have new backgrounds, but no. It's just an episode that contains all backgrounds from the previous episodes. I mean all the levels are new. But still, I find it very boring. It's just an episode that contains all the players' favorite levels. This is not a very good episode for me. I have really nothing else to say. So, I'll put it in C tier. Now Bird Island, another mid-episode. I mean it's an episode to promote the Angry Birds movie. But still, I kinda don't like this episode. The first level being Matilda's dojo level is okay. But some other levels are really simple made, like this one. I kinda find it really simple rather than complicated. And this one is really weird. And even this one. Leonard is just reskin of Smooth Cheeks. But that doesn't matter, since both of them are kings. In old version, when you complete the episode, it shows a sand statue, but in latest version it shows nothing. Very weird. Since this is another mid-episode, it will be in B tier. Now Piggy Farm, another not good episode. The background is really good, but it uses the birthday party ambience. Very lazy, and some of the levels are weird. Like this one. Look at those pigs. They are really high up there. And it also has objects that are reused from seasons, like bunny costume, pumpkin, and furnace. I don't really enjoy this episode that much. So, this will be in C tier. Jurassic Park, yet again, another not good episode. All of the levels are not really enjoyable. Both backgrounds are good. Both of them uses a different prehistoric ambience. But in this level, you can see that the background is broken. Even this level only has King Pig. Very lazy. The cutscene music is good though. But still, this is not really a good episode. So, this will be in C tier. Golden Eggs. In older version, it's okay. But in latest, it's really buggy. Some of the levels are really impossible to complete, like this level. I can't even finish this level, and also this one. This is also a very impossible level. I have no words to say. Still this episode is mid. So, this is in B tier. Lastly, tutorial. I don't know, but I kinda don't like this episode. All of the levels are easy to 3-star, except the Bubbles one. The background is kinda a reskin of Piggy Farm background. And it also uses birthday party ambience. The tree cutouts are reused from Power Up University, but that doesn't count as a main episode. This is going to be in B tier. Since it's mid. Alright, here is my ranking. It's cool to see that none of the episodes are in D tier. But don't worry, I will make another ranking video of other games episodes. Maybe some of them will be in D tier. Till then, thank you so much for supporting my channel. It really means a lot to me. Like, subscribe, press the bell for more videos. I will see you guys next time. Bye.